device that has been implanted in my rectum, I have labeled it the plunger effect, to help a person to visualize the police officer who actually took a plunger and shoved up. This was a white officer who actually took a plunger and shoved it up a black man's rectum here in New York City. That officer was placed in prison, and the gentleman was rescued by someone else in the precinct, sent to the hospital, had surgery, was compensated for the wrong that was done to him, and now has gone on with his life. Although this may sound appalling, I feel that if this can be done to human beings, even if it's being done with an experiment, which I don't believe this is an experiment on my part, I believe that this was done due to my job, and that there's other elements that are surrounding my reason for being implanted. I used to work for the Department of Sanitation here in New York City, and that's where I was terminated from. That's where my case went into Department of Human Rights as a discrimination case. So I feel that there's elements surrounding that for having the problems that I'm having now, and I will elaborate on that at another time. You will be able to hear the story concerning my job, but I call this device that's inside of me and what I'm experiencing the plunger effect, due to the fact that although I don't have a stick rammed up my rectum, it has the same effect as a stick being rammed up your rectum. The only difference is the gentleman had a stick that he was able to shove up the man's rectum. My shoving, how the device is being shoved up my rectum, is a remote. They are controlling this device with a remote. So the effect is the same, and I labeled it the plunger effect to help you to visualize the seriousness of my suffering. I am truly suffering, and I cannot seem to get any medical professions that I have gone to so far to assist me with this problem. I recently took an x-ray, and it was clouded out so that you cannot detect the device there. So these hospitals, the medical field, are actually involved in this horrible crime. I also called the CHIP unit, which is a unit here in the United States, located in Troy, New York, and I had put a complaint out on these. I got a report back from them stating that they have investigated it and the case is closed. There was no resolution. There was nothing done to the doctor who I accused of implanting me here in New York. It was stated that there was an investigation and there's no further information and the case is closed. So if the medical profession is not going to be corrected with the error that they do, it's left to wonder, where do you go? Okay. This device is being controlled with a remote. The tenant above me, I live on the second floor. The tenant lives on the third floor above me. Tenants on the side of me also are participating in using devices to keep this device inside of, using machinery or other machineries or devices that they may have set up in their apartments to help keep this device activated and to control it as I sleep. They are moving it. It has tentacles or arms where they're actually lodging these tentacles or wires in different parts of my body, my arms. They can actually see into my apartment. So I am under surveillance and actually being watched 24 hours a day as long as I'm in my apartment. Now, once I go out my apartment, I'm visually watched by people when I'm stalked. But my concerns are being watched in my apartment, where I am in my personal way. I'm using the bathroom. I am bathing. We as women have womanly things that we do. And nothing is sacred. They are literally watching me in my apartment in every capacity that one can see themselves living. If you sleep, you eat, you use the bathroom, you bathe, women do what they do in their bathroom, in their time, in their personal. All these things are being observed, and actually they're being observed by everyday people. In my case, they're drug addicts. When I do leave my apartment, these same tenants will look at me and laugh, so they clearly think this is a joke. And the more I talk and expose them, the harsher the assault on my body becomes. This stuff is lodged in my eyes, in my fingers, in my toes, in my head, in my ears, in my neck, in my nose, my lips. They actually have the means to insert the tentacles in my legs, my knees, and then as they get them where they want them, they leave little, I describe them as little transmitters in certain areas, so that the wire itself, that I think it's like threading something. You threaten it and you get in a length that you want it or where you want it, and then you leave something at a certain point. And then when it's left, they have the ability to take that wire and swell it up inside your skin. I describe it as someone putting a fat suit on. Like you have skinny people, and they may put a fat suit on where they will walk around to see what kind of response they get from people who may have a prejudice towards fat people. So I describe it as a fat suit. In that they are swelling my body up from the inside just by having those wires in there. Also, they're shooting something through my ceiling, and they have little signals that I will try to capture once I'm able and put them on the YouTube, where there's little red signals in my walls. And whatever they're shooting, signaling from there, when they're hitting certain points on my legs, it sounds like they are pumping something up. It reminds me of a person taking a bolt off of a tire, a bolt, where you hear the air gun like, something to that effect. It's just like, and I can actually hear and feel this, so it's like I'm being pumped up. It also keeps a separation from my feet to the ground, so that my skin and my nerves are not connected anymore. It's like I'm not grounded. So I have a puffiness in my feet, and the skin and the nerve that should be connected to touch the ground to make me feel like I'm walking on my feet, it's just not there anymore. It's like I'm walking on a cloud or something. It also, when they're using whatever devices they're using, it's like they're turning it around inside of my body, disalign my body. So in that case, when my body is being disaligned, it feels like it's a separation. So these are the different effects that I'm getting from this device that's lodged in my rectum area.